Howdy, folks, and welcome to NotJay Builds episode 6, The Spice Must Flow. I will be painting some Sardaukar from the most current version of Dune, and McMurray is going to be doing some skeletons and maybe some other stuff. And the reason why we picked these particular ones is because we're going to be painting white. Now, normally when I paint white, I start by priming in white and going from there. This time I thought I'd do it a little differently. I'm starting with black, and then I'm going to dry brush up to get to white. And also, see if I can just do a straight white, see how that plays out. So we'll see. Where there's it could go very badly very quickly. So we are a little earlier tonight than normal. Primary reason is that McMurray has a life, basically. And I know that shocks many of you, but he's got a life and he's got things he's wanting to do tonight. So we're doing this now.
Who? Me?
You. Yeah, you're the one with a life. I don't know how that happened.
My bad.
Hey, more power to you, brother. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, so we're painting light colors. I got some skeletons we're gonna hammer out. I real quickly just did kind of a overbrush sort of thing on the white. We're going to see how that comes out. I'm starting from this tan. We'll see how all of this works out. These are going to be pretty gummy looking skeletons. You can see that they're not clean, guys. They got tatters of stuff on them. They got some armor on them, stuff like that. So we'll see. I don't know where these are from, what line or anything. We've got two basic kinds. I think these are for the same sculpt. And then this is approximately the same sculpt, but they got different shields on them. So,
right.
Oh, and I just knocked a spear out of this guy's hand. That's cool. I really need cavalry bases. This is killing me.
It happens.
It does.
Charles has joined us. Afternoon, Charles. Thank you for
my man.
I was telling Donna today that, and Doug, Decatur Doug, Illinois Doug is here. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for showing up. So I was talking to Donna today. We drove up to the Walmart, as one does, to pick up some T-shirts, and I was talking about how we've got a pretty good following here, and Charles is our number one fan. He is fan numero.
Do we lose the camera? Chris?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. My computer did some. I moved it and stuff went south, so bear with me. I gotta figure some things out here.
You're good. You guys are gonna bear with me real quick because I'm gonna put some of these. I'm gonna put these cavalry on bases because I'm not gonna keep knocking them over and losing stuff off of them because I don't want to put them on bases yet. So they're going on 40 millimeter rounds because, like we talked about, they are irregular cavalry, not a sort of cavalry that would go and form up in ranks and run from there. So I'm not even worried about it, man. For those of you who are getting ready to watch the shenanigans on this little painting bonanza we're going to be doing. You're going to be seeing a lot of these ancients that I'm putting up right here. 6 of these cavalry are Israeli, like ancient Israeli light cavalry, like javelinmen. And then this one that I'm putting on here is a New Kingdom Assyrian light cavalryman. You can see I've got a Egyptian fancy chariot with a guy with a fancy hat here, as well as another older style early chariot. So get ready for that. You guys are going to be seeing a lot of that stuff in the next few months. I wound up, of course, it's me. So the way that all this came about was I wound up buying like 60 Egyptians for $10 at recruits last year.
Oh, cool.
And then that has spiraled out of control into a full-scale giant project because that's how my life works.
Exactly. Yeah. So.
But yeah. But so I went around and I found good sites where I could find figures that I liked for good prices that I liked, and got enough of them that I could, for the most part, play kind of small skirmish size games with them, 30, 40, maybe 50 figures aside, mostly, somewhere between that 30, 40 sweet spot. And I've got these Egyptians, and the Egyptian troops are going to be super easy to do. Thank everything. They've got
right
skin tone, some small equipment, and then cloth and hair. Done. So those are the sorts of figures that I'll bang out just real quick.
There you go. Let's see. Warmutt says, "Hey dorks, just arrived home from work. I'm gonna shower, then I'll be back."
Hey, look forward to you being back, Brian.
Yeah. Doug says he won't be to March to Victory, but he is going up to Pecan for some shopping on Saturday. Oh, that'll be fun. NotJay use the well palette because no, I use this because I got it for 97 cents at Walmart. And it works for me. I've had this thing I think 15 years now. It does the job, right? That's all.
Well spent 97 cents.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I've attempted a
wet palette.
A wet palette, and for whatever reason, it's not my style of painting.
I know Hex to Hex, he swears by him.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of guys who do. I mean, I have bounced back and forth because I really like batch painting large numbers of miniatures, right? And
right.
My chosen palette method, which I will admit is subpar, is the top of a blister.
Right. Like this.
That's my palette right here. You're going to see me use the shit out of this thing in just a minute.
Yeah.
And when I'm painting 20, 30 figures, it's not uncommon at all for the glob of paint that I put on there to just dry up.
Yeah. Well, because you use it.
Well, I use it, and it does. It can sit there for, 20 minutes sometimes. You're painting 30 figures, say it's skin tone. It makes sense, but I wouldn't have that problem with a wet palette. So it's certainly been one of those things that's been thought about. And I don't know if it'll change anytime soon, but it's certainly on the radar. There's that royal looking chariot.
Oh, very nice.
And then, not fancy boy. Fun fact, the little extra guys I had to swap because this dude's a little bit bigger and he wouldn't fit in this chariot with this big dude. This dude's a little smaller. Chariot's a little smaller, so it just wound up fitting. I don't know. It works out okay. It just looks like there's two different sized dudes in each chariot, which is fine because, again, people aren't the same size.
People are not all the same size.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing that always gets me. Well, how do they scale to one another? Well, you know what? They scale fine.
Yeah.
Mr. Cat.
Hey guys.
How you doing, sir? We are just doing Ducky. I am
running a semi-cold into last week. I didn't wake up till 10 this morning, my time.
Wow.
I know. So I'm running slow today. Got some
For you, that's like hibernation.
It felt like it. I was just exhausted at the end of last week. That would be yesterday.
So I'm currently working with this guy here. I'm dry brushing a light gray. It's the gray I am using is white gray.
Okay.
Number 993 model color from Vallejo. In Spanish, it is gris blanco. So, what are you going to be working on today?
Right now, I'm ill-prepared.
That's okay.
So I will find something here in a minute. So you'll see me popping in and popping out.
That's quite all right.
And then I'll get something. Hey, Doug. Hi, Charles.
We've already had a drive-by mudding, and we may have him join us. Depends on some things. Mutt.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah. That'd be cool if you did.
Yeah, Charles is going to finish my orcs that I started the other week. Outstanding. Oh, by the way, Charles, thank you for ordering those killer rabbits from Thomas. That is appreciated, not just by him but by me also, because I like if my guests have something to sell, and I think it's cool. I like that. You guys think it's cool enough to also buy. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Thomas, if you're watching, I hope you got the crossbowman in. I'm excited for the hunting party. That being said, to come in before March to Victory, just bring it there. We're good. Keep the shipping. Enjoy.
I need to do something here. Bear with me, guys. Let's see if I can. There we go. There we go. That's a little better. All right. Go ahead and see if we can get the same effect going with this other guy. So as far as dry brushes go, this is the brush I use. It's actually an eye crease brush from Elf. I got 2 of them for $1 at Walmart.
Like the little makeup brushes? What does the tip look like?
Like that?
Yeah. There you go. I have a whole bunch. I got just a great big pack of different shapes and size ones like that on Amazon. I really like those, but sometimes when you're having to kind of dry brush and get into spots.
Yeah.
They drive me nuts, and I got to use something like just a beat up old brush like this. Those are just outstanding brushes. I enjoy the hell out of those things.
Yeah, and they're cheap too. That's what I like about them most.
Yep. Nothing worse than spending a ton of money on something that you don't really need to because it's not.
Yeah, because
you know what I mean. It's
a dry brush is gonna get the ass kicked out of it.
Yeah, and if there's an option out there that works well on a budget, then that's the option I'm going to take.
I'm gonna let him dry a little more. So I went to the online design your own T-shirt place,
like Teespring or something.
Yeah, something Inc. I don't know. It's got the octopus logo.
Yeah, one of those things. Yeah, same idea. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, if I were to take my design that I came up with and put it on the T-shirt, I would be able to get about 25 of them. Was it 25? Maybe it was 30. Maybe it was 30. Anyway, 25 or 30 for just over $11 a piece.
Oh, wow, that's a lot better than I thought you were going to say.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So now I can do onesies and twosies using Donna's got a Cricut.
Yeah,
and we got the iron-on material.
Oh, okay. Is that what you were buying at the Wally World today?
Yeah,
T-shirts for that.
So I will have my Ocean Thunder T-shirt to wear at the convention.
Oh yeah, nice.
Make it look like I'm real and shit.
Nice.
But it's nice to know that if I wanted to sell merch, I'd only have to come up with what about $400.
Yep.
To get 25 shirts, sell them for $20, make a little profit. See, I'm talking like Hissy Cat now.
Man,
find those
do you have
creams,
T-shirts?
Right? Well,
Are
he's
there
got T-shirts through Etsy.
Are there Hissy Cat T-shirts?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
And actually, that may be a better way to go. Is just do print on demand type thing through Etsy.
I think that's what Jay does, isn't it? Or that sort of thing.
Yep. Yeah, because he does not have a stock of Chronicles of NotJay T-shirts.
Well, no, I know that. But I mean, I don't think he does. I think that's how he does most of his merchandise. I don't think they have really a stock of any of their stuff. Like
Exactly.
I don't think they keep like coffee mugs or any of that stuff in stock.
No, not at all.
You don't need to. I mean, it's different. Like when you go to March to Victory, if you want to have some shirts to sell, so
you'd want to have stock for you.
You want to have some, so you could do both.
Oh
you could do the print on demand, and you can keep stock. It depends on, you don't want to just drop $300-400 and then have it sit there for a year.
Right.
But if you're going to the March to Victory, what do you think you might sell? 5, 10?
Yeah.
Maybe?
That's exactly why we don't do. Why you don't see hardcover Wily Games rulebooks just sitting around. That's exactly why.
Well, you can actually Now, I don't know if you'd want to do this, but I make money every day on Amazon KDP.
Right.
Well, almost every day. Every day this year, except for about 5 days, I've made some. And when I say make some money, I've made between $8.50 in one day down to 3 cents. Yes. How do you make 3 cents? I have some electronic books that if you have Amazon or is it KDP? They're reading Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah.
Amazon gives my books away for free, and I get paid if people read pages. So somebody might read one of my books that has like 30 pages, and I'll get like 20 cents or something,
Right.
10 cents, or I think 11 or 12 cents if somebody reads all the pages in one of my short little books. I got like 9 books up there.
What are they about?
About 30 pages.
Exactly. So, they are basically. Do you know what Mid-Journey is?
Go for it.
Mid-Journey is AI art, prompt to art. So what you do is you type in a prompt. Like I use some of the ones that I showed you when I was trying to do the dreadnoughts, right?
Yeah.
So I type in something like I want a ninja riding a horse, just making stuff up. And you hit return, and this is done through Discord. I mean, they've got it connected through Discord. And then in a couple of minutes, it comes back with 4 images that the AI has created of a ninja on a horse. And depending on how complex your prompts are, you can gain control over certain levels of control, or direction, I should say, is a better word.
So are they books of pictures? Are they picture books? Like,
well, no. So yes, and no. So what I do is I go on, and there's a user gallery, and there's some totally fabulous looking stuff. And I copy down the image, and I copy down the prompt that's used. Then I go in and I create a very short document that's got 25 images. So it's like an art gallery with the 25 prompts that were used to create those different styles of art. So I try to find different styles like watercolors or pastels or oils or landscapes or magazine covers or manga, because that all has the different prompts to create those styles. I put together a cover and I call it Mid-Journey Illustrated. And you pay for 25 images and the 25 prompts used to create those. And I sell them for $3.99. So I sell a handful every month, and I get, like I said, about 12 cents, 11, 12 cents if somebody gets it for free and reads the 30 odd pages that's in the book. Takes me about an hour to 2 hours to create one of those. In fact, I'm going to make a couple this weekend and get my number from 9 up to 11 with my next 2 issues of Mid-Journey Illustrated.
Those rookie numbers, you got to get those pumped up.
Well, what I'm thinking of doing is doing the big book of prompts and do like 250 as opposed to 25. That way, if somebody goes through and reads, gets it for free, I make $1.
Hey, so $1 more than you had before.
Yeah, and it's, what it is? It's digital. So once I post it, I don't do anything other than collect royalties off of it now. And I started this in the middle of February. So it's fun stuff.
It's cool.
Yeah, just a passive source of income. With the other little doodle book that I had done that just keeps selling. January I made like $39. February I made almost $70. March I'm already about $28.
Yeah. What did you doodle?
I made a book that's basically grid paper.
Oh, okay.
It's 3.5-inch squares, 2 on a page with with dot grid. And that 3.5 square is kind of what Zentangle uses. And the dots are for very light so people can practice their Zentangle art.
What is Zentangle art?
Zentangle is just a marketing term. Somebody came up with a style of doodling that they trademarked and put out a ton of books that for the last umpteen years have been selling pretty well on Amazon. I mean, they've made probably hundreds of thousands, if not into the low millions, over the years with this style of doodling. And since they trademarked the name Zentangle, it became kind of the Xerox. Remember when you said, "Oh, go get that Xerox" when you wanted a photocopy?
Yeah. Give me a Kleenex.
Yeah, or Kleenex. That's kind of what Zentangle's become for doodle art.
So do you do the doodles or do you just put out the pages?
I just made a book that's got 2 of these 3.5-inch squares on a page with nothing on the backside, so nothing bleeds through. That's just a 3.5-inch grid of dots. It's very low content. I did this about almost 2 years ago. And I sell 2 or 3, maybe one day somebody bought 4 copies of the book. And I get $2.50 every time a book is sold. So that one's actually definitely paid for my time because that probably took me about 8 hours from concept to finishing the art and getting it uploaded. And I've made in the 2 years probably over $200 off of that book. Can't retire.
Not too shabby.
No, but I mean it's but that thing keeps selling even now. So it's fun stuff. In fact, I'm going to look at my numbers right now. Now you got me curious.
Chris, how are your whites coming along?
They're going pretty good. I got 2 that I dry brushed to that light gray, and 2 that I've actually painted white. I got them set aside. I'm now going to go ahead and dry brush, do a lighter dry brush of white over the gray to see what happens.
There you go.
That's too heavy.
So are you doing 4 of them then, or?
Yeah, I got 4 of them.
Nice. Nice. We're currently taking the journey through all of the non-white colors on mine. My apologies.
That's okay.
We'll get back to knocking the whites out in a minute here. I did all those. This would have been perfect for those footsore French Courrier de Bois and Marines, for that French and Indian stuff that I've got. But I did those like probably a month ago.
Right.
Those are all in white. Where the hell are those? I'll grab one in a second here. Let me finish this dark metallic layer on these guys, and then I'll pull those out real quick.
So the thing with the Sardaukar is that they don't need to be pristine white.
Yeah, that's always the nice thing, right?
Because when I do stormtroopers, I always feel like I got to make sure that they're pristine white.
Yeah,
because that's how they were in the movie. Now, in reality, would they be pristine white? No, hell no. As soon as they set foot on whatever the hell they're setting foot on,
Yeah.
be it another ship or be it a
Grass
planet,
stains.
they're immediately gonna, and especially if they're shooting, they're immediately gonna get all dinged up.
those weren't they a little tarnished up and nasty in some cases in A New Hope? I feel like you saw some of them that were a little dingy.
A little.
Precisely. Not bad, but
yeah.
and that might have been as easy to chalk up as, guess what? They're actually wandering around Tunisia in these white suits. It's not going to stay white.
Right. Exactly.
Which is kind of one of those cool little side effects you get of actually shooting on a set somewhere.
Yep.
But yeah, which is certainly one of those underappreciated things about the original trilogy.
So here, let me embiggen it a little.
So that grid book, I've sold 33 books this year.
All right, so here we see, this is just the light gray dry brush. This is the light gray with the white dry brush over it.
Oh, cool.
So the question, are you kind of lead them there, or are you going to do like if you did a brown or a light brown or a off, like a sepia kind of wash, would that add like a dirtiness to it that then you can come back and dry brush again over top of it so you get that depth of the white and you get kind of a dirty color like they've been getting into stuff and fighting and stuff?
Yes. So what I might do is I'm going to test to see what this umber shade would do to it.
There you go. Yeah, same idea.
Yeah. I do have Agrax Earth Shade also.
Really dinge them up.
Yeah. So hey Reese, how you doing, buddy?
Reese.
No, I'm not working on
Long-time
con
short
stuff because all my con stuff is done. This is a first.
Is your postcard game done?
No,
it's a painting show.
not even close.
Well, I know he wouldn't be working on it in the painting show, but I'm wondering if it was done.
No, I'm hoping that I will can get my brain to work the way I want it to work, and get it done, because I've now gone through 4 different ideas, and I think I've landed on one that I can get to print, or not to print, but get to publish very quickly.
Well, we're up to 31 submitted
Yeah,
games.
I saw that.
It's crazy. And some of these are really good. But to finish up the thought, the whole thing on the KDP, McMurray was, if Fistful of Lead, I got their one book. They could put those in hardbound even, because now KDP does hardbound editions of books. And then I think they carry stock though, don't they? Because when I ordered it, it took like 2 weeks to get that thing shipped to me. So I got the sense that they're actually doing the shipping and probably have stock.
Yeah.
And now this is a business decision. I'm not going to make one for them, but they could do all of that through KDP and have those shipped around the world and not have to pay for any of the shipping, and they could put whatever price they want on it. It just wouldn't be on their website. So there's some, trade-offs there, but you do have the ability to do something like that, which is what I was talking to Chris about doing with his Ocean Thunder rules. Since he doesn't have a website, he doesn't probably want to take the time and energy to set one up and manage it and ship it and have stock. He could take his rule set, build a nice cover. We can format the whole thing. I've done this many times, and we're going to take his rules and just publish them up on Amazon.
Yep.
And then all you do is just collect the money at that point. And what's nice is if you make any erratas, you just go change, because nothing's pre-printed. You just go and upload a new Word file, and then anybody that buys it from that point forward has the latest issue.
Right.
So you're not chasing, and older copies that have sold won't have it, obviously. But it's not like you printed 5,000 copies of a game or 1,000 copies of a game and have to worry about errata to that level.
Right. Or you just don't worry about errata.
It sounds like a War Games Vault type thing. They send out emails to you if you get an updated if the file is updated and you can download. That's just what your download gets
Amazon's
updated
not
to.
going to do that, so you probably get a little better customer service in that regard from War Game Vault. But you are going on Amazon, which makes it global. Not that the Vault isn't, but I think Amazon's got a little bit more traffic than War Game Vault does. Although people that go to that site are looking for a very specific product too.
Right.
But anyway, it's just amazing that nowadays. So when I was a kid, we couldn't do stuff like that, right? So you could literally start a business, which I've done, kind of create ebook or hardbound or paperback, upload all the content onto Amazon, and they take care of the rest.
Right.
So very low barriers to entry to starting a business in this country. But yeah, we'll get your Ocean Thunder up there.
All right.
And actually, if you open it, if you were to open a Etsy store and put your T-shirts, you could then, after a certain period of time, because Amazon likes to have some control, but at some point you could take and put an PDF version of your game up on your Etsy store and sell it there as well.
Yeah. All right. I gotta say, at first blush, I like the dry brush better.
Better than the just painting it on.
Yeah.
That's fair. It makes sense. You're gonna have that contrast and that depth with the dry brush that you're not gonna get with the painted on until you toss a wash over it. That makes sense. It's gonna be visually more impressive until you get kind of. I think your end results are going to be two very similar results that just have minor differences, and like
Right.
kind of the clean factor of it, for lack of a better term, as well as kind of what the predominant color is. Because with your dry brush, you're still, it tends to be a little cleaner-ish in terms of the
Right.
colors tend to not muddle as much. Not that muddling is a bad term, that makes it sound bad, but the colors tend to not kind of be as unified, but it's a little dustier, maybe is the term I'm looking for.
Right.
In terms of the colors aren't quite as solid showing through and pulling out. But once you set the model down on the table, I think you're going to have two very, very similar looking results, and it's kind of just going to come down to what you like and what you like to do and how you like that pick up and look at result.
Right. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just dropping the Agrax directly on the traditionally painted white.
Yeah. Are you going to come back with a wet brush and pull it off of some of the flat parts?
Yeah.
There you go. I was about to say that'll bring those two closer together as well, because that's always what got me with the Agrax stuff is you get that kind of extreme T shading. If you've got flat areas.
Yeah.
Which,
well, honestly, there's not a whole lot of flat on this guy.
That's fair.
Wrinkles on him.
Okay, that's what my next question was. I haven't gotten those Skullforge miniatures up close and personal to me, but I know that they're.
So what I'll probably end up doing is I will probably do a very, very light gray, or it'll be a gray, very light dry brush, or maybe even a sandy dust. Do I have that handy?
Oh, dang it.
No. Where are you?
What was I going to do when I finished with the... Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Let me grab a couple of these Froggos. These guys.
Only dropped in for a bit. Chris, we already got something for y'all to give you next weekend. Outstanding, sir.
Who's that?
That's Reese. Reese has got something for us.
Oh, boy. I hope it's a turkey.
It needs to be a whole ass turkey.
I need a friend for Reggie. But yeah, see, these
do.
guys would have been the perfect ones to do this week with the kind of different shades of white on them.
Let me keep them up there. Hold on. Oh, yeah.
There's one. Let's see here. Let me pull down El Boxo. There's a bunch of them here, including this pair. Got kind of a wounded or whatever looking guy on a sled and his buddy.
Now, are those part of Robert's Rangers?
Yeah. So it's the Savage Frontier Kickstarter that Tim makes. Yeah, that he put out with Footsore North America. That I think is now back to being just Special Artisan.
Yeah.
Yep. That's those
cool.
guys. It's cool because you don't ever see winter F&I stuff, which is a shame because a big chunk of that conflict took place in the wintertime.
Well, yeah.
Mainly because winter is kind of a big chunk of the year.
Especially up there.
Yeah, I mean, most of the fighting took place around the area, southern Canada, New England. So that's a big chunk of their time. Okay. Uh-oh, somebody's got an unhappy customer.
It's probably dinner time or lunchtime.
That'll happen. Oh, that's why it's out of order. I had this German gray sitting in where this should be, which they look to be the same color, but this is metallic and this is not. Silly German gray. That makes a lot of sense. My little paint carousel here was screwy. Jesus. Somebody's truly unhappy.
Actually, that might even be a better way to go.
What's that?
So what I just did was took the white painted, traditional painted guy, hit him with Agrax, and then did a mix, a dry brush of Xandri dust and white.
Yeah.
And let me
yeah, exactly. Doing the heavy wash. How did you already get the Agrax to dry?
I brushed it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there he is. A little bit more light over. There we go. Come on, focus. There we go.
No, I'm looking for something, honey.
Yeah, I like how he turned out.
Same. That looks pretty damn good, man.
Okay, I gotta see what this guy looks like. Did I close that window? I must have closed that window.
Chris resumed in on your painting area, but you're not painting, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking for I'm looking for something. Well. So, Jay Wiley, and I think you saw this also. We doubled the number of early tickets sold over last year.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm just trying to find my palette so I can go ahead and just slap some paint on some minis, and I can't find it. I'm gonna have to make one up.
You have like a paper plate or something, or?
No, I don't have any paper plate, but I did get what's funny is I had it sitting out because I used it the other day, and I probably took it off somewhere to clean it and set it down, and now I don't remember where I set it. But it'll show up once I go off air. But I got something.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah. So when I was down at the local liquor store, they gave me this plastic tub.
Yeah.
I've put all my paints. Well, I don't have a lot. I'm still building them up, but this is now my paint tub.
There you go.
Yeah. I've got like some basic colors. So
Get her done.
Yeah, my palette's like yours, Chris. It's a white one with those little dimples in it.
Yeah.
It's ceramic, and that's why I always wash it and keep it clean for the next time I use it. But I can't find it.
Well, that's no bueno.
Yeah, well, I've had it for like 15, 20 years. It's just something I've had forever. I just can't find it today. It'll show up. Let me go get something to drink. I'll be right back.
Oh boy. As I was saying earlier, this cold weather stuff can go get bent.
I'm not a fan of it, man, to be honest with you. I'm really not. But, you know. It's just how it goes sometimes, I suppose.
Yeah. People argue, well, but you can always put more clothes on if you're cold. No, because at some point in time, you just become so bundled that you become unable to, move. Like in A Christmas Story.
I got you.
Randy lay there like a slug. It was his only defense. I would much.
And when that's not an option, you just cold a lot.
Yeah. If I have to have an extreme, I will take the extreme of hot over cold any day of the week.
Yeah, we were having that conversation before, huh?
Because Chris will walk around naked all day long. That's not a problem.
Dude, I wear shorts and a t-shirt and then one of those cool cloths on the back of my neck. Boom, done.
Well, that's fair, but your shorts barely come down past your butt cheeks, and your t-shirt only comes down to your sternum, so it works.
Hey,
it works. I'm agreed with you.
All the man bits are covered. So
exactly. Everything that I won't say polite society, but most legalities want you to cover up is covered.
Exactly.
Your clothing isn't what's going to get you arrested. It's what you're doing. But that's not the point.
Yeah, but let's be honest, Chris. All that really takes is a tea leaf anyway.
What's that?
That's all that takes is a tea leaf anyway.
Hey, gets the job done.
That's why Chris has a banana plant, a bunch of banana trees out front. He's got to get the big leaves. He needs those big leaves.
Okay,
All
so
he's wearing is a World War II pistol belt, and he tucks a banana leaf up front.
I have some real old school minis here I'm going to show you, and I want to see if you guys know who manufactured them on the off chance that I still might be able to find some of these. I think I remember who it is. I might even have them pasted on the bottom, but
You're large and in charge now there, buddy. So
yeah, I'm just kind of getting them semi-organized. I got them, some of them painted. I put some on some old hexes that were when they made bases out of pewter. But here's what they look like.
Honestly, I'd take pictures and post them on the Facebook group or post them somewhere.
These are from the 80s. So these are 50-year-old minis.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, there's people out there that are going to know.
Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. About
1, 2, 3,
15
4,
of
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
So here's one of them based with an old metal hex base that they used to have.
Yeah.
The bottoms are slotted base as well. Oh, who's that?
Yeah.
From?
Ladies and gentlemen, I present
Ralph
to you
Partha. So the base is
the
from Ralph Partha.
Hey!
Hey, boss.
Hey, buddy.
Didn't mean to interrupt. Go for it, Hizzy. Hey, Chris.
I was just showing off some really old sci-fi minis.
Oh, what, like Ralph Partha? I don't know if Ralph Partha did sci-fi.
I think
Oh,
they may all
some,
be
yeah.
Ralph Partha.
Oh.
I know those bases were.
Isn't it funny? Because when people mention old minis, that's the first name I come up with, Ralph Partha. I don't know. So.
Ralph Partha Citadel.
I mean, these are cool ass looking armored dudes, man.
Blow him up again. I want to see him. Blow Hizzy's whatever.
Boom, blow my head up.
Oh, wow.
Paint job's crap, but
Big old guns.
You know how you fix that?
yeah, learn to paint.
No. If you want
Prime
to
it
start
and paint it
if you
again.
want to strip it first.
Hey, it's got
So
the.
there's that, and then there's I went with this scheme on these guys to be the opposites, but
Nothing wrong with that. They're fine.
eh,
I'll tell you what'll fix that real fast. And I'm not kidding.
Switch this up.
A little Agrax.
so here's a loader.
Yeah.
That looks all right.
A little
it's not
Agrax
too
on
bad.
that.
Yeah,
Boom.
the paint's again not so good, but he goes with this guy here. His arm's off right now.
We'll
Okay,
get
Really?
together and have fight some Xenos.
that's Brian.
Yeah.
And then here's his weapon. So anyway, these are I love these things. I if I could find some more, I would probably pick them up. Like I said, I got about 15 of them. Some of them are obviously unpainted, but I just like the style of armor they have. I guess this must be one of my leaders.
Yeah.
With this
They remind me a
pistol.
lot of the irregular sci-fi is an older sculpt too, because he's been making miniatures since like '78. They remind me of his style. He's got a couple different sci-fi ranges in that same
Yeah.
aesthetic.
Again, I'm assuming it's Ralph Partha. I mean, there's a stamp on the bottom, but it doesn't. It's hard to read, but it doesn't say Ralph Partha. I used to know who they were.
I just like I said, take a picture of it and post it somewhere. Somebody's going to recognize it. There's enough old guys in this hobby that have
You know
rather
what?
encyclopedic
You're right.
knowledge.
Years ago, that wasn't an option, but now it is. I don't know. If you
Yeah,
can see
it's
the
a
bottom
wonderful
of that.
option. That's how I found a bunch of different stuff. Unfortunately, with small miniatures lines, they tend to just die off. Unfortunately,
Has HP. This one's a little easier to read. HP 89 might be its part number, but
is
anyway,
that RP 89? Just
It
a
looks like
jacked up.
HP. If it's
Okay.
RP, then that'd be Ralpartha, right?
Yeah, that's my point. Is that sometimes they're not the cleanest of ours. I've seen that a bunch.
Yeah, it's too vertical line, but
Okay.
yeah, no. See there, you kind of see the. Anyway, but your point is valid. Plus, my eyes are older than they used to be. But
I think my mojo's starting to slow.
oh yeah, it is HP. HP 90 is this one. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's not like you can see them. So I need to get these cleaned up, wash them, reprime them, and then figure out what I want. Okay, that's the leader. He's got his helmet on. And yeah, I've got one somewhere with a samurai sword, a lightsaber, excuse me. I need to find him. I saw him the other day, so I know I still have it. But these would just be cool to really do a try hard on and see what I could create out of them. But yeah, now I got to find that samurai leader dude. But I got some really bizarre miniatures too. There was a magazine at one point that you subscribed to it, and it was a subscription service that gave you a miniature. And there's probably all of 100 of these things were ever made, I suspect. But
The weird, the miniature, the unique the game is. Oh, gotta get some new camera stand. Let's see.
you can take me off
Yeah,
the highlight.
get that shine out of the way.
Right.
Hey, I'm doing what I can, man.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Okay, let me see. Let me check something.
I'm trying to set up the table.
What are we playing?
I don't know. But right now I'm having issues with the camera stand. There. Let's see if that works.
We'll give it a cane.
There. Yeah, it's not like we're bump into it. Okay, man, I'm gonna be sending you guys your character sheets.
Fuck yeah! What are we playing?
I'm down.
Make Mary I was teasing, man. I knew you were gonna be like, oh yeah.
No. There's no teasing. You just said you were sending out sheets. What are we playing?
I wasn't setting up sheets. I'm setting up the table. I was gonna send you guys sheets, but I haven't got that all taken care of yet.
Yeah. What are we playing, Brian? It's not an option anymore. You said it. Now it's happening, buddy.
All right. What do you think there, McMurray?
Is that a
I
baseball
like
bat?
it, my man.
What is that,
I'm a
sword?
fan. I might
Oh, it's
be the
Dune.
dumbest person ever, and I know Wiley's going to hate me for saying this, but I really liked the 1990s Sci-Fi Channel Dune. Like
Oh, I do too.
those guys, I would paint like those Harkonnen dudes that are like semi-samurai looking, but they're red and
Harkonnen.
shiny black, and the Sardaukar with the purple and shiny black and stuff. Dude, I would paint the ever-loving bejesus out of those dudes.
Dude, I'm down.
And oh my God, why Jay can't stand that series, and I understand it. It is cringe to the max, but
It is, but you know what? It's still cool.
right, dude. That was my jam, man.
Hey, it's just it's escape, man.
To me, for me, Dune is very much like
the desert turn.
Warhammer 40K. The Dune you like is the first Dune you saw.
That's fair.
Um,
I think you got a good point comparing that to 40K, because that's certainly how 40K works for a lot of people.
because people argue about what exactly is old hammer, right? What is considered old hammer? To me, old hammer is anything third third edition, or actually, yeah, third edition or earlier. Could probably get away with fourth edition, calling it Old Hammer, but definitely third edition. But there's some guys out there that think that
The game was
Warhammer
ruined by
40K,
third edition.
sixth edition 40K is Old Hammer.
Yeah,
Because it's the 40K that they were introduced to.
Yep.
First. So, all right. I think I like him. Yeah. Add a little more of the beige on the back there to kind of tidy it up. Get some beige up underneath the arms there. Yeah, I like it.
I need to do. So I've been farting around with the idea of doing a big skeleton thing, right? Because as I paint more of these Greeks and I'm painting more stuff, I get closer and closer to. As you guys know, my painting / working / hobby style is spurts, right? So stuff gets a whole lot of work done in no time, or
Right.
it's just the slowest of burns, where a single miniature will get painted for a project, and then a year later a single miniature will get painted, or one squad will get painted. There's not like a, okay, every week I paint one squad for something, and then after, a year and a half it's done. It's either I'm painting 40 miniatures at a time, or I'm painting 3-4 miniatures and then moving on to the next thing.
Yeah, but at least you're painting miniatures, boss.
Oh yeah, no, we're getting paint on metal.
I'm
no
not
question
painting.
about
I
that.
need to get into some rhythm, because at least you have a rhythm.
Well, and see, that's
Yeah.
it's good to be in a rhythm, but it took me years to get to the point where I had enough random miniatures that just laying around in shades of either semi-painted or assembled but not painted or primed, such that, okay, what am I just going to grab and paint today? And it took me a long time to get to the point where I realized, okay, I need to build and prime a lot of miniatures so that they're just hanging out. So when the urge hits me and I'm looking around like, what should I paint today? Oh, well, these primed skeletons are here. Let's paint them.
So you do that. You pre-prime, even if you don't have a project per se for them.
Oh,
you
yeah,
just
that's
say,
what-
hey, I've got these. Let me get them assembled or based or primed. So
Yeah.
now I noticed that Chris seems to base his miniatures when he's done painting.
Yeah.
I almost exclusively pre-base mine before I paint them, and even prime
You
them.
mean based by putting the
texture down?
Well, okay, so like this one, it's sand.
right?
So yeah, as you can tell, that's already based. I've already got the washer, and I'm anal where I put a sheet plastic on the bottom. Don't ask me why. But now that's done years ago. I have all sorts of different ways I do things, but typically I'll base before as part of my assembly, unless it's something I need to paint behind, and I pen the hell out of everything.
So that's for a long time, that was how everybody did it, right? Because that's how you looked at GW stuff, and that's how they did it. They would put the kitty litter or the sand on, and then they prime, and then you do your layers of dry brush. Personally, I like to be able to slosh crap around the feet and whatnot, and if I've got a wash, I don't mind it pooling around the base, because I know I'm going to come in and base my figures afterwards, right? With the base ready stuff, that's a really easy way to do it, because you're not having to worry about putting down different grits and then coming in and dry brushing over them or anything like that, because you have the different grits in there, and you have flock and usually it's foam flock in the base ready line, but sometimes it's sawdust, what have you, and those are in there such that you're not having to really paint your bases. Like when you pre-grit bases, like, so this guy, he's got a base that's got grit on it, right? Because it's an old ass figure. So it's not even designed to go on a base necessarily, like on a washer. I have it on a washer because that's how I store stuff. But it's
I
just
don't always paint the base. I will glue down unless it's a leader figure. Like this guy, I just threw it on just because I was dicking around, but I'll slosh paint and then just go back and rework the paint on the base. But I
Yeah.
like to at least, and I very rarely use flock because I find it not very durable.
Yeah, so that's the nice thing about the foam as opposed to traditional sawdust flock. Traditional sawdust flock, you're getting it's kind of like it's the same idea as like a sand or anything else, except for it's again not quite as durable because it's just not quite as durable a material, so it's going to flex and break the glue more. With a foam, it quite literally acts as a sponge, so you're essentially gluing a sponge onto your base, but as opposed to sawdust flock, which doesn't really soak up glue, which I realize, yeah, it's sawdust, it's wood, it should soak up water-based stuff. It doesn't. It's part of the dyeing process, what have you. Anyways, the foam flock, you could get on there, and unless you take your fingernails and you're scraping with your fingernails, which is going to take sand off as well, it's not going to come off. Especially if you take and do a finish layer over it that then goes straight through.
Okay.
But it's just kind of as basing stuff progressed. Like I said, the way here, see, these are different miniatures from different manufacturers because these guys don't even have bases on them. They don't have the puddles. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with tossing the sand on there and doing it. It's just a different style of doing it. Like I said, I like being really sloppy on my bases because I'm going to get this wash on these guys and it's going to pool on the base and it's going to, look really ugly if I already have texture on it. Likewise, when I do that, because I still use the methodology that you're talking about for like my micro scale stuff. So like when I have lines of 6mm figures on something that are in strips, it is a giant pain to try and get basic material in there after I paint. It's basically an impossibility. Or at least to try and do it with any sort of, effectiveness and make it look anything close to decent or, yeah.
Right.
So I absolutely agree with you. I do that quite frequently, but it's just two different styles of doing it. And depending on what's going on, personally, I've really been a fan of the pasting pastes from like Vallejo recently. It's you're painting on like a textured paint almost.
Okay. Who was it? What's his name on Wednesday? Foss was talking about using that pumice.
Yeah,
it's golden.
That's the same stuff, just made by different.
I used some of those in the past as well, and that actually I think works pretty well too.
Yeah, so that's what. And I don't have any of them sitting here. Hang on.
Here's an example of one where I did a complex base. You want to enlarge this one, Chris, and I'll show it?
Yeah. Very good. Over here. There you go.
So that's plaster Paris that I made my own concrete, and I got some wire to make the rebar. And so I've actually done the whole base, right? And then this is the miniature pinned. I cut whatever base he had, and then I put this in and out so many times. I'll just put this into a cork to hold the miniature to actually paint it. And then when it's done, now I've got it backwards, but he slides on there.
Yeah.
And the base will, and so in this case, the base is actually, because it's a character figure, I didn't want to just put it on a flat base.
Right.
So this is a bit unique from what we're talking about because you don't want to do that post painting your miniature, in my opinion. Well, they're two separate pieces, right? Because like I said, this is just going to go onto a holder and probably just an old wine cork that I'll just shove it into because the pens will make it stick well enough for me to paint it.
Right.
But that's going to be a try-hard one because I'm not going through that much effort on a base to just slap paint and put some speed paint on it.
So, Charles, I'm going to tell you there's 2 quick ways to do human flesh in 28-ish scale. One is to use the it's hard for me to pronounce, but the Gilman flesh Citadel contrast paint over the white, either a white paint or a beige paint. Comes out really good. Let's see. That's how I got him painted up real quick. That's the Gilman flesh right there.
Always do something like that.
Yeah, another way to do it.
Oh, there you go. That's nice.
You do like barbarian flesh for war paint, army paint or war paints. You use the barbarian
Slightly
flesh.
recognizable guy.
Is that the Austrian corporal?
Yeah, I was trying to hide the armband from YouTube, but yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
he's gotten eaten a number of times by dinosaurs. Yeah.
So what you do is you use the barbarian flesh or the elf flesh or whatever flesh, and then use the Reichland flesh shade. Real quick, it doesn't take long, man. If there's a way to have a decent looking paint job,
There you go.
really fast, it's
Nice.
McMurray and I have figured it out.
So this is here. You want to begin this one real quick, Chris? This is a halfway decent example of just going quick on something.
Go ahead.
In terms of it's a generic, I don't remember what, just generic acrylic, maybe barbarian flesh or tan flesh or something from Army Painter.
Yeah.
A flesh wash, and then just dab on the like a run down the bridge of the nose, eyebrows, and there we are.
Yeah. See,
That's another one of those ones with a goofy base. He's got the beer cans on his base, but yeah.
There you go. You know, and Charles says the thing is I'm not good
Like
at putting a tiny bit of paint on a small face without my bad hands spreading all over. So
That's the nice thing.
That's the nice thing with my process. I just block paint in that face and then hit it with the shade. Boom, done.
Check it out, Chuck. Well, I don't have a face to do this on. Dang it. I was about to say, this is the brush that I usually use, Charles. This one or maybe this guy. It doesn't take those aren't small brushes. You got it. Because if you're trying to hit that top part, so what I'll do usually is I'll lay a model down like this and then just come down and it'll, for the most part, catch what I need to, and then there you go. It's I'm not Golden Demon painting these things. Let's see.
What? You're not?
Nah, not today. I'm trying to quit.
So I'm gonna do the barbarian flesh paint real quick.
I gotta wait for this wash to dry, and that's bugging the bejesus out of me.
Yeah, there's a certain level of patience that comes into play on occasion painting miniatures.
Yeah, that is why I usually prefer these Army Painter washes, though, is because they tend to dry a lot faster than Agrax gets a pretty good effect. But
what is Agrax? Is that just a color, or is that a style? What is that? Is that
Agrax Earthshade is the Games Workshop dark brown wash, like the Games
Okay.
Workshop sepia wash.
Okay.
Which it's Games Workshop. So if they do something, then all of a sudden it's going to be, the slight focus that everybody's looking at for a minute.
Right. No, I didn't know if that was another brand or what. That's what I was asking.
Yeah, so it's just Games Workshop's house brand
Okay.
sepia wash, and it's a decent wash. It's really concentrated, like most Games Workshop pigments, but it does a good job. And when Games Workshop, like I said, when Games Workshop puts something out, then everybody kind of stops and goes, "Huh, that might work. Let's see what that works, or how that goes." And
one thing with Games Workshop is, other than their pots with that little flip top, their products are fairly good quality. When I say fairly good, I mean very good.
I would agree with you to a certain extent. I think there's a very distinct quality to using most of them. There's a very distinct way you need to do it. Like the contrast paints are frustrating because while they're a decent product, the opacity is very, very inconsistent from pot to pot.
Oh, yeah. That would be frustrating.
Both from color to color. Like some are very, very, very opaque. Like the red is a very, very strong color. I'm not actually a huge fan of most of their flesh colors, but that's just me.
Well, I give somebody a pass if they're between colors, they're slightly different, but they need to be consistent, because as a painter, you go, okay, now I know how that paint behaves, and you start using it, and then you get a new pot, and it's completely different. It throws you off.
That's where I'm getting to, is that I've had, between the reds that I've had, I don't remember what the Blood Angels red maybe. The pot that I first did my 10 millimeter Anglo Zulu stuff in worked very well. That was right after contrast came out. I loved it. It was great. And I got another pot, and it wasn't, everything was just pinkier. I don't know if I got a dud pot or what. But when I went back to the Games Workshop store and said, "Hey man, what's going on with this? Like, here's one of the models I painted a year ago. Here's one of these ones." The guy's like, "Well, yeah, they make adjustments from time to time just to kind of, be constantly improving." It's like, dude, that's cool, but I want to constantly improve. I want my figures to look the same.
Yeah, exactly.
But who knows? Maybe that's just me being a
no. It's a valid point. I mean, again, consistency is important.
And then
I guess I could cut on some slack if it's a new product and they're trying to get it right. Getting it right is more important than being consistent with a product that doesn't work.
I would agree with you, but Games Workshop A has more than enough testing capability and everything else to make sure that it's right before they put it out.
Oh, I don't disagree with you.
As well as it was right. It worked great. Like you, Games Workshop. But no, it's all good. Now Warmut's going to jump in and have to defend him. No, I'm kidding, Brian. I'm happy to see you, buddy.
I'm setting the table up if you guys been talking.
It's good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
Wow. Humble
the wife and daughter need to go skiing more often. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they'll be back Tuesday morning, I think. It's spring break over here for them. So.
Oh, jackpot. It's cool that their spring break's lined up. That's nice.
Yeah. So they should be on the slopes right now. But
should be plenty of snow with all the rain we've had.
Oh yeah, we've been getting the flooding down here because of the snow melt from north. The Salt River has water in it, dude.
It's supposed to have salt, Brian.
They just it's Salt River. So
I heard that California has removed all water restrictions.
Oh, did they? Is he?
I don't know.
Oh, hey,
he ignores those anyways.
Yeah,
I don't have TV, and even if I did, I haven't watched the news in probably 20 years.
Oh,
yeah, I don't have time for that.
All right, man,
I got time for that.
There's your table, man, Margaret. What do you want to play?
Can you and Biggin Bri real quick?
I just threw it all out there, just crap.
It's not crap. Get out of here.
Maybe I should do a front view of this. Here, hold on.
Oof, there's a wall, baby.
Here, do a front view of it.
Build the wall. Okay, so check what I did here. Nice. Yeah, there you go.
We'll do some Wasteland Warrior stuff.
I'm about to say that just begs for Wasteland Warriors, my dude.
Yeah, just gotta figure out an objective.
Get inside.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Isn't that everybody's objective? Get inside.
I wasn't going there.
Well, we're gonna do bigger battles.
Brian, that all looks great, man. I like the crap out of that.
Well, I just reuse the stuff I have. I mean, first off, the wall, I never used that yet. That was one of the first trash trains I built, and that building in the back. This is the first time using it.
They look great, man. I really, really like them.
Yeah. It digs it.
So, all right, we'll get your characters there. Let's go.
What do you want me to make my own?
I don't know. I was gonna use whatever I have. I got crap tons of painted 40K orcs, and then use them as warmongers.
Yeah, dude, do it.
Have the warmongers attacking the Yumis or whatever.
You got Grimdark?
But yeah, I have to print it out though. I haven't printed it yet. Well, I'm holding off on the print because there's always updates. So when he's done updating it, then I'll print it out. So,
Wiley doing updates and erratas and stuff. Are you sure?
well, on the Grimdark, I think it was 2-3 weeks ago. There was a recent update to it.
No, I know. I'm just giving you trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Rather, I'm mainly giving Jay trouble, but yeah.
So, but we'll go ahead and do that. We'll have the warmongers attack the Yumis or whatever.
Yeah, I'd be all for that, man.
Alrighty, tomorrow let's do it. Do you work tonight?
Nope.
Oh, wow.
You got other things going though.
What you got going on?
Actually, most of the other things may have actually disappeared, but that's not the point. We'll
Oh.
figure it out.
Okay.
We will engage in a journey of discovery. I need to do some stuff around the house, but yeah, that's the biggest thing is that I've been neglecting doing other things that I should be doing.
Oh, yeah. I'm a member of that club.
Yeah. It's nice while we're doing it, but then eventually catch up comes to happen, and we just got to bite the bullet at that point.
Yep.
I guess I should put scatter train out there.
Brian, man, I've been building ancients like a madman.
Yes, you mentioned that. So, is this for the challenge or is this for just what?
So the analog hobbies thing ends tomorrow or Monday. So it's certainly not for that, but it's just for general painting that I want to do. You know?
Yeah.
You got me all inspired with all your Greeks and whatnot. Great that I didn't build a single Greek or a Roman. But these guys are Maccabeans, so they'd be fighting Hellenized Hebrews, like Greekanized guys, for lack of a better term. Yeah, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. I guess I finished up. I just have to throw a wash on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the Celtic archers, and I got a set of 12 ready for that. And that's done. And then I got all these Greeks staring at me. Primed a couple, and then life got busy again. So I need to bust out all these Kings of War starter armies. I got mega armies. So I got the Night Stalker mega army, the Goblin mega army, and the Undead mega army.
Man, I need to. So I was thinking about that, right? Because Kings of War is one of those games where the whole mechanics of the game are built around having a base of XYZ size, right?
Yeah. It's
Like the
just
number of
just fantasy ranking files, pretty much what it is.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no figure removal. It's a large base of figures, right?
Yeah, and a lot of guys, what I've been noticing, they really do a good job on their basing.
Yeah,
So,
because if you don't have to remove the figures, you can make a really cool non-modular unit.
Yeah, they use the dice. See, and that's the thing that throws me off is I don't like using that dice count crap. I'd rather just pluck them off.
Oh, see, I was thinking I was going to build some Kings of War stuff because there's a fair number of guys around here who play Kings of War, so the mechanics aren't unfamiliar to people.
Yeah.
I was going to do it with real small scale miniatures on a big base so that you really get that big rank and flank conflict style feeling. But it sounds like Bry Guy isn't a fan of that.
I don't like it. Less numbers, the better. So I don't like putting dice behind things and then have to remember, I got to turn this over. Oh, it's 3 and 4. Oh, no, just take it off. So anyway, but I do.
RPG fans don't like to think.
Yeah, I don't like to think. I just do. I gotta build this puppy. This is gonna be fun, man.
I'm just messing with you, Brian.
What is it, Brian?
The Halfling Iron Beast. It's a freaking mechanical rhino with a big old cannon on top.
That's pretty slick.
There you go. Look at that big old boy.
Yeah,
What the
man.
hell is that? Hold on, wait. Don't take that down.
Yeah, for fantasy, look at Halfling Iron Beast.
Looks like a giant steel pig.
Is that
Yeah.
for Mantic?
Yeah, it's Kings of War.
I know, I'm just making sure.
Kings of War. And then the Undead Army. The reason I got the Undead Army is because of the freaking massive amount of werewolves in it. Because you know me, man. So,
Dude, I'm all about the werewolves.
And tons of skeletons and undead, and it's really cool. Of course, Undead Mega Army. So,
You know where the best werewolves come from, right?
oh gosh, where?
San
London.
Antonio,
No,
down by
London.
the river.
No, London.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Oh.
I'm right there with you, Chris. Warren Zevon needs to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
He's not.
Nope.
That pisses me off.
Yep.
I put Cher in there, but you don't have fucking Warren Zevon.
Turn back time. I could find my way. But yep, you see what I did? I had to reuse one of my shelves because I went on a book buying spree.
I saw that. Yeah, but it looked like you got some really good books.
Yeah, a lot of thriller, suspense stuff, United States espionage stuff. That kind of
Brian's
stuff.
real fancy, guys. He only buys hardback books.
Yes, only hardback. Paperback, get out of here. I have no time.
What if it's only available in paperback?
I won't buy it.
Yeah.
So, I just won't do it. So, anyways, it's a loss to me, but oh well. Yeah.
Publishers love you.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, I got a whole bunch of Brad Thors lately, and then tons of more Steve Berries and all that.
God, I'm doing this half in the dark. We'll see if my highlights look decent when I get done.
I ate a bunch of strawberries yesterday, Brian. Did you get any of those?
Strawberries?
I don't know. You were talking about some kind of berries there. What was it?
Oh, Steve Berry's an author. He does the Cotton Malone series. Brad Thor does the Scott Harveth series. Then you got Lee Child who does the Jack Reachers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but anyway. Well, oh well. My wife was like, "Hey, why don't you do a BookTube channel?" And I was like,
We don't
"Hey."
like books, honey.
Yeah, I've been reading a lot. John Saul.
Can you paint your books? then maybe we might be interested.
Nah. I tell you
You
what,
can paint anything if you're brave enough.
No, I know.
Right?
Yeah. But anyways, this isn't about books. This is about miniatures.
There's
Oh, whatever, boss.
All right, books.
3 more cavalry painted. Let's run back to, or 3 more cavalry assembled. These are Maccabean cavalry. So again, these guys are fighting Hellenized Greeks.
Charles says he's got some Kings of War figures, but have no plan to use their rules. Wiley or Osprey or nothing.
My man.
Fair enough.
All right, let's.
Fair enough.
I'm running drastically low on those kind of like secondary hobby supplies. Like my super glue is about out. I'm out of washers. Like,
Oh man, I hate when you run out of washers when you're ready to base stuff. You're just like, that is a joy kill.
Holy crap! He's painting.
What's up?
Yes, he's painting, man. And I don't see him. It's usually a video game.
So speaking of books, this is one of my all-time favorite books.
There you go. Yep.
How does it end?
Along with this one right here. How does this one end? Oh, it only happens with the most beautiful, ends with the most beautiful battleship ever built.
Oh, so it's a love story?
That's what I'm here for.
Because you're the most beautiful battleship ever built, Brian.
I'm a
Wouldn't you say there, McMurray?
God dang.
Hey, what'd you think of that 3D kit that guy was putting together?
You're making McMurray feel things. I really like it. I have a CV-20 St. Louis light cruiser somewhere around here in probably 1200.
That dude's a really good model builder too. He's got like close to like 800,000 subscribers to his channel.
Yeah, I've definitely seen some of his other videos. He does a lot of World War II stuff.
Yeah, he's really inspiring.
Man.
So I would pick these gosh darn cowboys with these trench coats. I've got how many different variations of brown am I going to be able to put on this thing to make things pop? I don't know.
A bunch. Do browns. You always have like reds and blues also. Like I always painting blue jeans on them is always a good extra little pop thing. And their shirts you can usually paint a different color, whether that's a red or a white or a brown or even sometimes a green.
Yeah. This guy's got
gray.
a vest, but I think he's a lawman.
You can always tie in like blacks too. Yeesh. Uh-oh.
I mean, when it's kind of monochromatic in a sense, it just becomes more of a challenge.
It does. So that's always one of the categories in the little hobbies painting challenge every year is doing a figure or a base of figures in black and white.
Oh, that would be fun.
People do some really cool stuff. Like they'll paint up, like one that some of the really good guys always wind up doing is painting up like World War II figures or something like that, but painting them up just like you would see them in a black and white photo.
Oh,
and it's incredible.
Well, that'll teach you tone, won't it?
It will. It's some Wapple kind of stuff. Like you really, really see the. Oh wow! Okay, there we are. That's some contrast.
I almost broke out my oils today. I just don't have any turpentine to thin anything or clean. It's like I got all this paint. Where did it go to? Because I've got all this oil paint. I'm wondering where the hell did my cleaner go?
Yeah.
But because I just need to start doing it with the oils to learn it.
Oh my gosh, I'm putting stuff on a brush. Oh man.
It's going to look great, Bry Guy.
been a while.
Well, that's why I'm painting right now, my friend, trying to get myself back in the habit of building models and painting and doing stuff, as opposed to sitting around talking about it and thinking about it.
Stop talking about it and be about it.
Yep, as much as I can. And I've got basically 4 colors to work with. I've got flesh, I got brown, I got black, and I got white. And I'm trying to make all these different variations of colors of browns.
Yep.
So my color mixing skills are being put to the test today.
The other cool thing you could do is you could go back and, like if you're going to do a wash and then a highlight after a wash, a lot of times if you have the same base brown, if you go back and do that highlight after your wash with different browns, that can save you a lot of time on the front end. Because odds are you're going to go back and highlight after your wash anyhow.
I normally do, yeah.
Yeah, so going back and just highlighting with different browns, because you're right, you could paint something in all different browns, then you put a wash over it. Man, those all look the exact same. Usually you could get, or what I found I get away with, especially if it's not for individual, this is my army general
Right.
type figures, is running back and just highlighting with different browns or different grays or whatever else it's going to be can make a huge difference in your final product, which is kind of nice without having to eat up a ton of your time.
Well, for me at this point, because I haven't painted in a long time, I enjoy painting, unlike Chris. And so I don't mind. I don't have to go fast and paint a bunch of miniatures. So I can do the one-off kind of things on a small squad because I prefer skirmish games typically, where I only have 10 miniatures. And that wasn't a knock on you, Chris.
No, absolutely not.
That was a knock on him.
I'm there with you, dude.
No, I mean,
No, he
to
always
his point,
complains
he
about it.
paints for a purpose.
Yeah.
Now, he did kind of admit, though, it's starting to grow on him. He's starting to like it.
Well, it's more of I like doing this.
Social?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me put it this way. I would not be painting these 4 guys right now if we weren't here.
If it wasn't for the other 4 guys?
Yeah.
I feel you, my friend.
Absolutely. It just I've got better things to do when I'm just sitting here by myself.
Oh, that's a little TMI.
Like play my games.
With somebody else, or are you just going to be playing with yourself?
I just play with myself.
There you go.
I mean, I'll be the first to admit I got no problems playing with myself.
Growing up, we were so poor. If I didn't wake up with a heart on, I didn't have anything to play with all day.
Exactly.
Oof. Brian, how's that painting going?
I'm done now. I got 12 archers now, ready to go. Whoops.
Well, what about your next 12?
Oh. I have to build them.
Yeah, but I just watched you build several hundred
That was not supposed to happen.
Greeks and Romans, Brian guy.
Oh. Hi, Percy. Hi, Walkabout.
What up, Walkabout? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Chris Long, eh? This is the book you need to find right here.
Chris Long, I had a question for you. I don't know what the hell it was about, though. I asked you a question on the Discord, and then I don't remember where I put it and what I asked.
Have him get on here to add some class to this channel, man. I can't do this all by myself. Oh, snap.
Okay.
This guy's getting sassy. Look at the balls on Brian.
Do you guys miss me?
I do. Yeah.
You dude.
Yeah,
So there you go.
that's cool.
Here is a quick face. It was barbarian flesh, let it dry, and Reichland flesh shade.
Right.
Boom, done.
Oh, hey, Greg.
Man, everybody jumps on here that Brian's here.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, he is classing the joint up.
Oh, substantially.
No, Chris, Long. He had.
Well, we had him on Wednesday.
Yeah, I know.
Wednesday or last Saturday? Not last Wednesday because that was Mr. Foss. Wednesday or Saturday that we had him on. I
Chris
can't
Long
remember.
was on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When was that? Last Saturday when I was working?
It must have been last Saturday.
I think it was.
They waited
Dang,
till you went to
man.
work.
Dang, man.
Oh,
All right, boys.
you should see the stack of 1/700 scale ships that he's
Oh, yeah.
accumulated.
Oh, yeah.
He went ham like you go ham on things.
Yeah, I think he insinuated that you were part of the reason why he'd done that.
Yeah,
I am.
I have a problem.
You get some skeletons, eh?
Yeah, yes,
Doing whites.
yes, Chris. Consonar does have depth rules. Yeah, he got even more 1/700 scale.
There we go, boys. Skellies are donezo. Got some shield designs on them and stuff. All good.
Nice.
Well,
Okay. So when I go to the hardware store today, you need to get a bunch of washers, super glue.
Bunch of washers.
Yeah, bunch of washers. Super glue, bunch of 2x4s. That'll be entertaining. Hauling those home in the Civic.
Hey, Cross Outsourcing Gaming. Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Cog!
Gentlemen.
Now there's a good painter.
Cog?
Accurate. Yep.
Can confirm.
Prolific as well.
There you go, McMurray. They're all done now.
I like them, buddy. I like them a lot.
They all done. Not enough lighting, but oh well.
I like them, buddy. A lot.
So they gotta fight the Romies. Tell you what, man, Romies are tough, especially if you're using the heavy armor from Wiley's in the back of the book. Good gosh, they're tough.
They historically were pretty tough characters, Bry Guy.
Well, I know.
Oh, come on. Don't dry up on me yet.
It's a drone. Well, you don't sound like that. Oh, crap. I'm almost out of coffee.
Is that coffee or paint water? Or yes?
This is coffee. Coffee. Paint water. I need to fill up my paint water. Got a drone over the table. Red Kingdom. Oh, and then.
I was looking for my Rodney, Chris, and I don't even see it over here, which makes me really angry because I spent some time painting it and I really enjoyed doing it. I like the result. Where the hell is that thing? Ah, yeah, got it.
Got him.
Bonk. That's actually Nelson though. But yeah. I should put HMS Nelson right there up with the portrait of Nelson that's over my fireplace.
Yeah, you should.
Oh, dude.
Okay, for the Wasteland Warriors game, dude, we should have halved it into teams, 2 versus 2.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, because that would be cool. So and make it bigger battles where you'll have 3 of your own individuals and 2 of them have to be grunts. So you have oh my gosh, that game will take forever though.
Nah. Chris, I think at some point in time, maybe at Battles and Brews, I think I've painted up enough Victorian sci-fi stuff to play a bigger battles game on Mars.
Oh, nice.
That might be kind of cool.
Walkabout Games says, I'm building East Indies battle fleets for World War II British and Japanese.
Nice.
And Cog says, thank you for commenting on my painting skills.
Yeah, man.
Sir.
Just telling the truth, my friend.
Being good at painting. Yeah. No, I think.
Damn it.
Chris, I think I'm looking over there, and I think I only have like maybe a dozen or a little more 1-700 World War II stuff. I tried to keep it kind of small. Like they're mostly destroyers and light cruisers.
Right.
Because I kind of want to play them on the same platforms as I'm using for my 1/600 scale pre-dreadnoughts and 1/700 scale, like anything bigger than the light cruiser isn't going to fit on those platforms because they're all right at 12 inches. And once you get to like Hood, I think is 14 inches long, and granted Hood is huge, but yeah. So I might have to use these 1/1200 guys on there. Because there's 1/1200 Rodney class, and then here is a 1/600 class Spanish Pelayo pre-dreadnought. So they're right about the same size.
Right.
Just this is twice the scale of that thing, which is interesting.
My 1200 scale Texas is...
Mine's upstairs.
Right.
Which Texas are you talking about?
35? Yeah. She's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 inches long compared to her 1/6000 scale counterpart, which is an inch long, 1.25 inches long.
Yep.
Oh man, she has been beat to hell. Yeah, she's been whacked up pretty hard. Of course, she's moved to about 10 different houses since I got her. Chris Long says, I have 4 IGN carriers on the way and received HMS Hermes yesterday, and Ark Royal is on the way.
Nice. Again, have you been watching the progress that Ken Riley, the Yorkshire Gamer, has been making? He has been doing a ton of 1/700 stuff. I think he just finished up Ark Royal.
Oh, sweet, that's what we're going to do.
But yeah.
I'm going to keep on using shipping containers in these games until one of you buttheads you open those suckers up.
What?
Not going to happen.
Because it'll be so much fun.
I'm not about to have a rabid raccoon fly into my face.
It might not be that. But there could be goodies in there.
Yeah,
Brian,
I don't think so.
There's never goodies in there in your games, Brian.
Yes, there is. I ain't that bad. God, you guys make it like I'm horrible.
Well,
I mean, you said it.
The last time I opened something up in one of your games, like a werewolf jumped out and I had to shoot it in the face.
Yeah, I was about to say, I probably wouldn't do it because there's going to be like a lycanthrope or.
I was going to say, now that I think about it, I rather routinely open things up in your game, and I always wind up having to shoot them.
It's fun.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but yeah.
Okay. So I'm definitely going to need to get better lighting and a magnifying glass so I can see what the hell I'm doing. You want to zoom up on that, Chris? See if you can see the shading on that. I'm not sure you can.
A little bit, yeah.
It's a little. It doesn't come across well, but
Yeah, the cameras.
you can see the leg there sticks out nice, though. I got the shadow
Yeah,
right around that on the back side of that.
yeah,
So
you're
get
good
that.
there.
And then I'll highlight that leg with a reddish color paint. So that'll pop. Same with the other one. But yeah, it's not too bad, all things considering that I don't really have a lot of colors to play with here. I got to mix them all. But a little highlight on the top.
Yeah, looks good. Jester, thanks for dropping in. Yeah, I will. I'm going to sit down probably later tonight, get it all banged out, and as soon as I've got something, I'll send it over your direction. Chris Long says, Yorkshire and you guys are the reason for this. You're welcome. Talk to Ken about fleet ideas a lot, working on the MDF bases tomorrow. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something else that I was telling.
Yorkshire does a really, really good job on his
Yeah.
ships. He's mastered the basing, and his bases are beautiful. Or he's
even have that.
mastered the painting, and his bases are beautiful.
So yeah, this
I don't even have any red paint. The closest thing I got is orange.
What do you need in red paint for?
I just don't have a lot of paints. I bought one set that was airbrush paints that were the colors of the U.S. Navy aircraft in World War II for some of the models I'm building. And then I got a basic color set, but it didn't have red.
That's weird as shit. That's one of the three primary colors.
Right?
Why is that?
Blue, green, no yellow, orange, flesh color, black, white, brown, and a silver.
That makes no damn
8,
sense.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, those are the colors that it came with.
There's a funky turtleback destroyer in 1-300 or 1-600.
No yellow as well. There you go.
Odd. Charles says Hissy has Hobby Lobby has the Vallejo paints.
They do.
I haven't been at Hobby Lobby in years.
Just can't go tomorrow.
Yep. I don't have money. I can't go tomorrow.
Ken used to paint for a company that makes miniature ships, but can't remember which company.
That's not surprising.
Not just throwing crap at me where. All right.
That is not surprising. He does an incredible job, doesn't he, Chris? Hey, Chris, Tim wants to know what the starter car looked like.
What?
Tim D wants to know what the starter car looked like now.
I got this guy.
A right-handed batter.
Yeah. And I'm getting him closer. Come on. Focus in. Focus. There you go. I mean, they're not great, but they are definitely passing the 3-foot rule.
Hey man, that's how you play miniature, right?
Yep.
Man, I'm waiting for Irregular to give me 6mm Victorians. I really want to play a game with these guys, these tripods and triplanes miniatures,
Those look cool, dude.
and get some Victorians onto the table. The tripods are cool looking, or the triplanes are cool looking, but I want to fight on Horsel Common. Yeah, I want to play out of the book.
The one set I wish I didn't get rid of or lost was I had the Imperial Guard Praetorian box set
Oh yeah.
years ago from Games Workshop that had the walker, but everybody had the pith helmets and looked like they came right out of Zulu Wars.
Yep.
Those are cool minis.
Okay, guys, what are you guys doing tonight? Come on, be honest with me. Don't lie.
Eating
Well,
potatoes.
is this going to be a typical Saturday night, Chris? No? Probably
Okay, I'm
not.
gonna host a game tonight.
All right.
So,
Well,
it all
this
depends on-
weekend is that San Diego online conference that I'm missing to hang out with you guys.
Oh, cool. Thanks. Let's see.
What game we playing, Bry Guy? Wasteland Warriors?
Yeah, we're doing Wasteland Warriors, and we're gonna have the Warmongers because I got crap tons of 40K orcs already painted up.
So you're just going to game master it and we just tell you what to do?
Yeah, why not?
Cool. I'm up for that.
Why not? Because then I get to watch you guys die. Anyways, so
Long as I'm not carrying everybody.
Uh-huh.
yeah, you know I might.
You won't have to be carrying anybody. We'll get you laying down as quickly as possible.
Sweet.
But well, I guess it matters. We need to have at least 4 guys, 2 versus 2. If we could do that. If not, then I'll jump in. So, but dude, these Warmongers, I'm bringing out I got the good old jetpack orcs. What are they called? The Storm Boys.
Storm Boys.
So they could fly right over the dang walls. I don't know if you can see it right there. It's probably can't see it too far, but yeah.
Hey, Warmut,
But
are we going to live stream that?
I don't care. It doesn't. I'm not looking forward to being on my channel because I'm not going to deal with all that crap.
We can put it on my channel.
That's fine. I just want to focus on the game.
Yeah,
I am starting not to like
you'll
the
run the
live
game, and
stuff.
I'll run the making sure it gets out to the world.
Yeah.
So yes, Tim, we will be showing it.
Because Warwick just said, "What the hell? Let's just do it. Let's just do it."
Yep.
So,
Charles says as soon as Battle of Tango 1914 is done, Table 2 will get a miniatures game. Probably my armored mouselings versus light and heavy armored humans with some mechs. Nice.
I just had an idea, Chris.
What's that?
Who's ever watching the game? We should have the spectators pick at least once if someone that's close to those to the crates, the what you call it, the
Container?
shipping containers.
Yeah.
And they
There you go.
and they say, "Hey, you gotta go open that." Oh,
Tim says you got a kick out of Hissy and Zombicide. So.
Hey, or that was a question I had for crap. Charles, how is Battle for Tenga or Battle of Tenga? That's a game that I'm eminently interested in, but I know you had some trouble with it. I was wondering if all that worked out all right, or if it's continued to kind of give you some issues. Very interested in that topic, as all of you know. And let out Warback from Decision Games was fun, but it's a pretty mini game. It's pretty heavily extracted. It does a half decent job. of making you maneuver and not commit as the Germans. But yeah,
Crap, I'm gonna have to order some paints.
There
Not
you go.
crap. I gotta order some paints. I mean, this one's screaming it wants red.
I bet you could get the Army Painter like basic set to your house tomorrow from Amazon.
Yeah.
Or at least I would be very surprised if you couldn't get it there tomorrow or the next day.
No, I just got to check my budget. My daughter's
That's fair.
graduating, so pretty much all of my disposable income's going to.
That's fair.
to that.
$3 would probably get it to you at a hobby store too.
Yeah.
And these guys, these are dark.
Those Japanese,
Yeah.
yeah, they're preparing for what it looks like when they're down at 2,000 feet below sea level.
There you go. Camera on my computer is much better than the camera that's over my paint area.
It's fair. Those look good, man. I'm excited to play with them.
Yeah, I got the Chokai there. I got. So this is the entirety of the. This is the entirety of the Japanese fleet at Savo Island, and this is just the destroyers at Savo Island.
Yep.
Oh man, where'd it go?
I got the cruisers. Hold on.
Like it's stuck, I guess.
Here's the Allied cruisers.
Yep. I was going to say, was that an ADC formation or ADA formation, or was that mainly just American?
Well, you had the Australia and the Canberra there as well.
Okay.
So there you have it.
Oh, okay.
And the nice thing about the price on the that it costs to make these and paint these, I can give them away.
Yep. I'm still thinking about giving away full 1/600 3D prints of these Spanish American ships. I just don't know if I should do that or if I should give away a couple smaller scale guys.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Hey, warm up. When you want to do this game? When you want to start?
Whenever you guys want to.
Okay.
I still got to run to the hardware store, so I will. I'm gonna jump off here, and I'll be talking to you guys a little bit later.
Well, I think we're gonna wrap up right now because I need to get something to eat.
Okay. And then reconvene what in an hour or so?
McMurray.
Yeah.
Does 8 o'clock work for you?
Sure, it's 6 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Does you got 8 o'clock work for you?
Yeah, I'm free all night. I mean, I'm just doing hobby stuff. So it's this or it's war games, whatever.
Okay. Mr. Mutt.
Yeah.
8 o'clock, 6 o'clock your time? Sound good?
What time is it right now?
It's 4 o'clock your time.
Okay. Yeah, I should be able to bust out a couple sheets for. I may just use the basics back of the book just so we could just play.
Yeah, whatever.
Make that happen, dude.
Yeah.
Don't stress over it.
No, I ain't gonna stress over it, man.
I mean, I'm gonna win anyway, so I mean, don't.
Hey, has Mike played a Fistful of Lead game yet?
No, I've got the rules for the black powder.
Hey, Mike, shut up.
Oh,
right,
no,
guys.
is that what this is? Fistful of Lead?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to playing it because I've read
we're gonna
through it.
wait
I
for
like
word.
the basic concept of the. I've got a deck of cards from black powder, but I need to get the core rules.
Is McMurray still on?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's gonna be surprises, McMurray.
Of course you are.
I'm
It's a
excited.
werewolf. All right, guys. Well, Well, I'll post the game for 8 o'clock on my channel.
Okay.
Hope to see y'all come back, and gonna have a good time tonight. So until next time, which is in about 2 hours, we'll see you on the flip side.
Later.